Hey, we're not glamour. I'm in a terrace cell. So I'm not going to start doing that. Uh, can't here. I just want to say how grateful I am to that lady. At Apple, I have her contact information. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to save it because it's professional, just, contact a tech person. It's standard what she sent me. I'm going to pray about it. Of course, I pause. I learned that in recovery, in my sobriety, which I cherish more than anything. Even through this, I stayed sober. And the things I learned to get me through alcoholism, to keep sober, I don't go to AA meetings right now, obviously, dude. We're in some sort of revolution in the United States. I'm not going to any fucking meetings. No. Not by myself and go through the shit I go through with these fucking people in America in a fucking AA meeting. No, I don't trust Americans anymore. I can't. What I learned and still hold for the rest of my life, and you can go to meetings if they're not sick, if America's not so sick, you could go to meetings and learn more all the time. That's why people like to go to meetings, lifelong sober people. But I learned so many tools that got me through a fucking situation like I'm in now. I'm going to keep that woman's contact stuff. I told her I don't want to stalk you or bother you. But I couldn't tell her how much what she did impacted me. I don't know who she was. I have her name. I don't know where she was. God pulled that on me. God did that. For the last almost 5 years, I've had some pretty upsetting experiences at call centers because of what I can say, because I was there. England and the United States are trying to do. They're trying to do a white nationalist. They are, and everyone knows it. And I rehab, and I'm resisting that to this very day. I've lost my family. That's a whole nother conversation. So she doesn't know me. I don't know her. Maybe she knows me because I publish constantly tons of literature. It's sort of literature. We can get into that debate on the internet. And I do a lot of video stuff. So maybe she knows me and all the above. God pulled that on me, man. Whoever you are, lady, I keep your name to just this house. Whoever you are, if it's God's will that I ever meet you in person, I just want to give you a hug and say thank you. I'll never forget you. God pulled that on me, and you might not know, ma'am. God knew. I'm going to do this to her right now, as she is at that moment, and it's going to have that effect on her, and I want her to do this on the video. This is all I know to do. Hold on. Is do this. Not the only thing, but this is what I'm doing, okay? It's more of a metaphor. Analogy is what I'm saying. All I know to do. Okay, thank you. It's not all I know to do, literally. So the interaction with this lady was considerable time because we had some overwhelming, stressful computer work I needed her help with. So I interacted with her for a considerable amount of time. And God knew that. And he did this to me right when I was feeling that way. And it would make this pasta sauce. So he had it all perfect. God did. And it put me in tears. And I just want to reflect. And it hit me and impacted me so hard. I don't know if she's married. I don't know if she's gay, what she thinks about what I'm saying about gay guys. I just don't know. God knew that. This is one reason why it's really impacting me so heavy. And I just want to say, because don't, like, I'm really this has hit me very intense. Yeah. I just want to say, other than bringing up the entire conversations that we had, because I talked to her for a while, she really helped me. I just want to say this. I haven't talked to somebody in so long. That was part of the ingredient list that Jesus knew would get me to be just like what you're seeing me right now. It's just part of the ingredients. It's not a one ingredient recipe, but it definitely has impacted me. I have not spoken to anybody in so long who was capable of connecting. That's partly why it takes two people. It's just one ingredient there, because the interaction I had with her impacted me on so many levels that I'm just going to keep a lot of it to myself right now, because it's time for me to reflect and think. That's what God wants. I just want to say thank you to her. And I'm going to pray that you're safe and have a good life. And if it's God's will, I would love to meet you. Maybe you never know. And then, of course, I just want to say this, but it's not as important as my main thesis there, which is what I just presented. This is just an asterisk. She's incredibly smart. Incredibly smart, and from that IQ level that she is born with. This is what I'm talking about with people like this. I've tried to type it, but I've been under duress. A lot of the agents and stuff are like that. They have those jobs that you don't understand the title, the tech jobs, a lot of them, yeah. But this varies. It's not just that field. But when you deal or interact, whatever word you want to use there, with highly intelligent people that have very high IQs, okay? Smarter than mine, yeah. I'm smart, but there are people who are skyrocketing, really smart people, just exceptionally smart people. And they need to be honored and recognized for that. But you can benefit from being around people like that because they have a level of understanding, because their intelligence is higher than your average Joe. People, they understand other people better than I do, and I'm pretty damn smart, I know it. They're gifted. They're angel-like. I'm angel-like too. You don't have to be IQ genius to be angel-like, but you do sometimes. There's order, and there's order. That's all there's no and to that. There's order. So angels have order. Humans need to have order. So when you're dealing with a human that has that high of an IQ, you're blessed. I'm not saying that you're not blessed with people like me. You don't have to go only be around rocket scientists. Go ahead if you want to surround yourself with rocket scientists only. You don't need to, but I'm saying when you are, one of the benefits or blessings of being in the presence of people like that, like this woman that I interacted with, because God had that happen. It was only God who could have orchestrated today. Is they know people so well that they kind of steer and take the lead. Because, they're freaking so smart, but it comes naturally to them. And there's times where, I know I'm not perfect. I always say this. I know that. I'm just so grateful for people like her in the world. Whoever she is, I'm gonna pray for her. There's lots of people like her, but when you get that smart, of course the ratio is less, but no, I mean, it's not like she's the only person who's exceptionally smart on the earth. No, we know that. Hooray. I don't know her. I don't know her politics. I don't know anything about her. As part of the ingredient list, Jesus, God knew that would put me into this reflective, intense emotion I have. And I know that interacting with her because of her IQ level was part of why I feel the way I do. And I'm so grateful to her. I want to tell her to please never change. You can always change. People can get better, all that cliche stuff, but don't change. You're a really good woman. You do nothing wrong in this world. And you don't know how much just talking to you meant to me. If you hear this video, I've been by myself. Oh God, the pain comes out now. So I'm going to cut the video short. My cat, hold on. I love you, Miki. I've been by myself for 5 years. since I took on the neo-Nazis. They isolated me and took my family away. You can't tell strangers that on the phone. Thank you. Thank you for being you. God's gonna see you through, ma'am. Whatever it is you're doing, you're gonna end up on the right track. Just be as smart as you are and you'll be there. Alright, that's all I want to say. And I'm just gonna do my emotional reflection because I was not seeing this coming at me today. No, I was just gonna keep going in this terrorist cell. Roar! I'm still in the terrorist cell, yes. But I'm a little overwhelmed with emotion that I did not see coming. I'm just going to feel my feelings. And no, I'm not talking about this house. Hey.